Alright, welcome. This is Aquilum reviewing The Crew 2, an open world racer from Ubisoft. But not really. I mean, it's from Ubisoft, but it's not really an open world racer. I'm just going to let you watch and, more importantly, listen to the first few minutes of the intro to give you a sense of what the game is all about before I share my, well, not entirely objective critique. Enjoy.
Okay, guys, come on, get a move on. We're going on soon. Ah, Hiroyuki Carter.
Hey, call me Hiro.
Pleasure to meet you. I was beginning to think you and your driver weren't gonna make it. I'm from Live, the camera company sponsoring this race, and I'll be heading up this event. Walk with me.
Look, thanks again. I'm really stoked about this. Thanks for giving us the shot.
Don't mention it. We're always on the lookout for new talent, and you and your friend fit the bill. And I don't have to tell you this, but you do right by yourselves in this race, and you'll see a lot of doors opening up for you.
Gotcha. We won't disappoint you.
Disappoint me? That's not what this is about. It's your chance to impress people who matter. The events my company organizes are a feeder for every racing family out there. You do want to race, yes?
Oh yeah, this is such a big deal for us. We've tried broadcasting our races, but no dice. I guess nobody wants to see nobodies.
Trust me, just show the world what you've got with this one. You'll get followers like that. Run a good race, and you'll find your options and your followers increasing.
We'll give it our best.
Hero, my friend. I don't want your best. I want legendary badassdom. Anyway, I've got to go. Something about putting on a race. Best of luck.
Okay, thanks. You're good to go, buddy. Break a leg. Hell, break anything you have to. Drive like I know you can, and we'll be in the big leagues in no time.
Welcome to the city that never sleeps. In this event, you'll see New York taken over by racers in a way you never could have imagined. It's not just a city, it's a playground for the best pilots and drivers of today and tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm just pausing it for a moment to confirm that I am in control at this point, and my terrible arcade driving is not what I want you to pay attention to. It's just the upcoming narration where the game defines what it considers to be a winner within the context of this world. Alright, game on.
We're here today to watch the first episode of this year's Live Extreme series. In this new season, talented newcomers have a shot at taking on established stars and a chance to impress all the racing teams out here. And believe me, they're watching. And just as important, they need to generate excitement. That's how fans flock to them. And that's what it's all about, right? Become a racer, steal the show, and see your follower numbers soar. Speaking of soaring, get a load of that jump. There you have it, folks. The numbers are going through the roof. And now Live goes to the extreme.
Just another quick pause. Anyone else really enjoy that Inception transition? Yeah, I quite like that. That was pretty good. Alright, listen to the narration again. Game on.
You'll gain followers by winning, of course, but that's not the only way. Do a spectacular stunt like this, and the fans will come a-running. Check it out. We're 2/3 of the way through, and I believe we're watching a new star exploding onto the circuit. We kick it up a notch for the grand finale. This is how it is these days. Just being a good pilot isn't enough anymore. You've got to shine on and off the course, staying sharp on the social media side. It's simple math. The more followers you have, the more followers you'll get. Sign on with your first racing team, and the second will start looking at you. Pile up supporters, and the contracts will be knocking on your door. To put it another way, a driver who attracts enough followers will open up new styles of racing. We call them disciplines. You'll call them awesome. And isn't awesome what we're all after?
Alright, now I don't know about you, but when I hear someone who sounds like they're wearing a suit and tie say the word awesome, I cringe. Alright, back to the game.
From the heart of New York City, this was the Live Extreme Series, Episode 1. Thank you for watching, and remember to follow us on all social media.
Cool, it is official, my friend. We have made the big time. We're still gonna have to prove ourselves, but that's more than fine. You know, we've got the right stuff. There's so much to try. Boats, planes, all kinds of cars. It's like the world's biggest buffet menu, and we gotta take a bite out of everything. We're talking street racers, off-road, pro racing, freestyle. We can take a test run with any of them. Or if you ask me, do them all. Pick which one you want to try first and let's go. My friend, welcome to the Motor Nation. Now, we've got 4 ways we can get this puppy rolling. It's your pick. How do you want to start?
Welcome to our community of freestylers. I'm Sophia, and I'll be taking you on. Here, we're all about having fun. If you want in, it's easy. Get that plane, get ready to do every trick on that list in the order they're shown, and grab a barf bag while you're at it. Use the bag and you lose. Beat the score I've set and you're in. I'll show you what I can really do later, but for now, it's your turn.
3, 2, 1.
Right. Alright, I'm back in control again, and just a friendly warning, if you're sensitive to jerky flight movements, please feel free to just skip ahead. Alright, back on.
Now try a roll. To roll, level out your flight, then pick left or right. Move the stick in the direction you choose until you've done a full roll. Time to air drift. Just hold your right or left rudder pedal down for long enough and you'll get the hang of it. Knife flight can be tricky. Orient your plane with one wing pointing straight down and you've got it. Try a loop. Just pull the stick back until you've gone a full 360 degrees. Now, low altitude. Take a wild guess what that one means. Just be careful not to brush more than the treetops, or you'll get a crash course in landing the wrong way. That was awesome. Great flying. Okay, you need to meet my partner in crime, Emmett, at the barn, and then we can really get you rolling.
I'm Emmett, and you must be the new talent Sophia was talking about. We'll see if she's as good a judge of people as she is a pilot, and a driver, and never mind. You get the picture. Now, as to what this place is about, that's tricky to describe. You see these people? They work hard and they play hard, and they somehow make ends meet. Until you can wrap your head around that, you don't belong here. But heck, Sophia vouched for you, so you've got to be good folks. She and I have got something for you down at the store, by the way. That's down here. A place where you can pick up a few other rides when you earn the scratch. But, getting one for free ought to put a smile on your face. Just remember to keep smiling when she whoops you good up there. In the meantime, I suggest you figure out what you want to do. There's no rules around here except do your best and have fun. I expect you to follow them.
Guess what? There's an easy way for us to add followers. All you've got to do is cool stuff like flying under bridges, drifting, or taking big jumps. The more stuff you chain, the more followers we get.
Listen up, people. I'm looking for a driver. If you can handle yourself on the water, and in the air and behind the wheel, obviously, though we'll come to that later, then maybe you've got what my team needs. Beat the posted time for the trial, and there'll be a spot for you. Fail, and well, I'm sure someone else will grab the opportunity. Alexis Kendrick Racing deals strictly with winners. And I'm Alexis, so I would know. Three, two, one.
Kind of a cold racing director, isn't she? It's kind of like, win or you will be replaced. Anyways, back to the racing. and go.
Congratulations, you got the gig. Let's go someplace we can talk about what happens next. That wasn't half bad. I'm looking forward to having you on the team. There's still some things you need to work on, but that's okay. I'll teach you what you need to know. It'll be hard work, but you'll see the results on the track, or the waves, or in the air. So, this is the pit. It's where the pro racing community preps. Now you can hang out here too. You belong. That's Clarence Bishop III. He's the reigning champ around here. Racing royalty, really. His father and grandfather were both champions, too. Which helps explain his attitude. If you start winning, he won't be happy with you. Clarence is old school. Doesn't think anything needs to change. A lot of drivers see things differently. Me, I think there needs to be some balance. You'll decide for yourself, I guess. Just in case you're wondering, there's a powerboat with your name on it waiting for you in the shop. Don't thank me, you've earned it. And you're gonna need it. The rest of these, you can buy later. Not that one, little grasshopper, not yet. You need to find the winner's circle a few times first.
In case you hadn't noticed, now we can edit videos through the Live app. Just open the map, search through it, and you'll find the tools you need. I'll bet posting those babies gets us tons of new followers.
Right, the followers. What about the racing and the vehicles? Alright. More coming up.
Look what we have here. The name's Latrell. I'm sort of like the unofficial welcoming committee for the street racing family. We tune our rides, show them off, and race. If that sounds like something you want in on, you gotta show me something. I'll loan you a car, but you gotta do the driving. If you win, you're one of us. Just remember, the car's a loaner. Don't scratch it.
Three, two, one.
forward a little bit. There's no reason for you to really watch this race. So, back on.
All right, you did it. Now come with me. Got something for you I think you're gonna like. That was some fine racing, which means you punched your ticket to the spot, the place where the street racing community hangs. I'm part of the crew here that's looking to take what we do legit. Feel the same way? Maybe we can help each other out. This guy, on the other hand, wants to keep it on the streets. His name's Edgar Marquez, but you best call him Tio. He's the champion racer around here, the king of the quarter mile. You want to take a shot at him, it's going to take everything you got. And maybe a few things I can teach you. You got talent, and I can give you skills. You see those cars? One of them's yours. Reward for winning that trial. It'll be a little tougher to earn the rest, though. You gotta buy those. Win enough races, get enough cred, and you'll get to play with all sorts of toys. Drifting, drag racing, you get the idea. You gotta run, and you gotta win. Now, pick your ride. Get behind the wheel, and let's see what you got.
Spoiler, I just go for an Audi.
Cool. You know how we were talking about tricking out our rides? Now we've got the tools to do it at the house. Just no flame decals, okay?
Alright, I'm gonna give a demo of the off-road race and then probably go into the review from there.
Hey there. I'm Wade Palmer. Maybe you've heard of me. And this is my show. I'm looking for someone interested in racing off the beaten track. And I'll loan you a ride to see if you've got it. What is it? Take the keys, my friend, and we'll find out. If you win, you keep the car and get a shot at running some real races. You lose, I take my ride back and it's so long. But you're not gonna lose, are you? Huh. I didn't think so.
Three, two, one.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip over the ridiculous physics and move to the end. Alright, game back on. Did I mean skip over? I meant highlight. Yeah, it seemed like the truck was actually flying.
Not bad. You and me, we got some things to discuss about your future. Come on, base camp and your new car awareness.
Registration for the next event is now open. Please check with your course official.
who it is. You've made your bones. Now you belong here. So welcome to this little slice of off-road paradise. You'll find everyone here. Mudders, mountain climbers, and winners. And I'm betting that last one's what you're gonna be. That fool's Tucker Morgan, though everyone calls him Tuck. He thinks he's #1 around here, but we're gonna show that tree hugger just how wrong he is. He likes to ride out and explore. Lots of folks around here do, which is their mistake. They ought to be focusing on racing instead. But their loss is our gain. Yours and mine. And like I said, you can go to the shop and pick up the car that's waiting for you there. Call it an investment in your future. The rest of them there, those you'll have to earn.
Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward through a lot of this. I apologize if any of the background noises become obnoxious or unbearable, but I sit on the bike, I look at the rally car, and it seems like every single camp is just sort of like a giant advertisement for all the different corporations or race groups, I should say, that probably had a hand in sponsoring the game. No doubt Red Bull was a major factor in a lot of the decals you see around here. I mean, this whole thing seems like it's the love child between a GoPro and Red Bull commercial. But anyways, more on that later. Let's get back to it.
How'd you like to earn a little cash just driving around? This magazine asked us to take some photos. You can see what they want in your photo album. It's not mandatory, but the way you roll looks like easy money.
Easy money, easy lifestyles. It seems like that's a major theme of this game. Let's check out home base.
Hero into house. Oh, I love this place. We can kick back, you can change your clothes, or swap the look of the vehicles bumper to bumper. Or you could do whatever else it is you do when you're not driving. I'm not really sure. There must be other stuff too. This place is huge. I mean, just look around.
Alright, so let's check out the rest of the apartment slash loft slash garage slash bar with industrial racing art, I guess. Okay, that's very nice. I have a boat in my pad for some stupid reason. I'm right next to the water outside, and yet it's in the apartment. Alright, I want to see where I'm supposed to be sleeping. Okay, I've got a flag and a bed on pallets. Is it a pallet? I have a pallet bed. I've got a $100,000 car, and there's a plane right there. I've got a plane, poster, and pallet bed. That's my priority. A pallet bed. Plane, bed. Plane, bed. Something. This is no. This should not be. It's like a garage that happens to have a bed in it and a kitchenette. Right. Okay. We're doing this. Let's get on to the actual review of this game. Right, so a simple review of the Crew 2 beta test, and yeah, I know I'm very late to the party, I've been busy, and needed to collect my thoughts from the social media cloud that's really engulfed an otherwise promising example of arcade racing. And who am I kidding? I mean, the social media cloud in this instance might just be the noxious gases generated by someone on a diet of pure narcissism.
Every time you set a record, it gets uploaded to the live app so you can share it with your friends. and give them a chance to beat you.
So the Crew 2, it's a racing game, or basically it's a popularity contest sponsored by Red Bull, where racing is irrelevant and cars don't matter. You're attempting dangerous stunts, looking for the meaningless approval of strangers, and sometimes a race breaks out. It's a kind of a social commentary on the modern phenomenon and influence of social media, and the former is inconsequential with respect to the latter. What I mean by that is your progress in the game is predicated not so much on your racing ability and coordination, but how many people like the stunts you pull off and your ability to attract new subscribers or followers to your, I don't know, your brand, your identity, your lifestyle. I don't really understand what's going on. Previous racing games like Need for Speed franchise, you're the driver, you're constantly looking outward. You were kind of shown the world that you live in, who your enemies are, and you decided the best way to find a way to win. In games like Need for Speed Most Wanted, for example, you start off with a great car, you have it essentially stolen away from you due to sabotage, and you fight your way back to the top. You win cars and unlock upgrades, all while remaining essentially anonymous to the entire world at large. You were faceless, and your ability to proceed was really determined squarely on your ability to win races and improve or change your vehicle. But it's very different than the Crew 2, because you start off in a similar fashion being an unknown, but you have a small selection of vehicles to choose from. Yet I have to say the vehicles available at the start are really good, and not to mention expensive. You show up to a race, for example, with little introduction like, oh, you like racing and you didn't come in last? Amazing. Here's the keys to a new boat or plane that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. That sort of reminds me when I was younger and I'd play a game that required resources and gathering, and those resources might take a lot of time that I was, for the most part, too impatient for, and I might use a cheat code. And, I unlocked or bought something I really didn't earn, and so the expected level of joy kind of fell flat and more like a hollow victory. So the first part, where they're just throwing cars at you left and right, feels a bit like using a cheat code.
It's simple. Doing things gets you followers. The more followers you have, the more you'll be invited to do cool new things where you can earn even more followers. And bucks. Big bucks, which we can use to buy all the cool stuff we want.
That's right. The most important things in life are money and the crap you can buy with it. Oh, and fame. Don't forget that. You need people to like you.
This whole sad desire to be famous, liked, followed, subscribed to, is a singular goal. It seems to be kind of the cancer and painful idiocy of the modern American dream. The sad part is it kind of predicates your happiness on the required approval of others, and it's not necessarily based on personal achievement or accomplishment, or even should ever be used as a proper gauge of self-worth. And in many instances, it's entirely unrelated to personal achievement. We see constant examples of people who were elevated to status of celebrity for no more than a photograph or personal drama, and the side effect of the implication is that they're worthy of attention and seen as some sort of model to follow, which has a cascading effect on subsequent generations. The desire to be liked, incessant need for praise or for minor accomplishments or no accomplishment at all, kind of devalues the personal pursuit of development and growth. A person becomes obsessed with how they're viewed and by how many instead of what they've actually accomplished
You picked up new
and
followers
learned.
for that action move you just did. Everyone you pull from now on gets you more followers, so knock yourself out. Don't forget, you can open the map and see if there are any activities available anywhere. Not that just pounding around isn't fun.
I'm kind of reminded of that iconic line from the Arthur Miller play, The Death of a Salesman, where Willie's philosophy of be liked and you'll never want, it just falls flat and hollow, and his shallow relationships are just a safety net that provided to be delusional and lead to his suicide. Ability in actually producing something in his mind isn't as important as being liked, but those friendships are just an illusion, and judging one's worth by the strength of a popularity contest or passing fad is just dumb. Anyways, so my problem with the game isn't that isn't that it's not fun, because it is, but it's that racing skill, ability, vehicle upgrades, even vehicle cost, which under any other racing game would just sort of dictate how you progress. It takes a back seat. It's overshadowed by popularity and the sheer size of your following. It's more like a popularity contest that has a racing element as a subplot, and your racing ability is inconsequential to how well you're actually doing in the game. I don't know if The Crew 2 is trying to be a parody of real life and lampooning the rise of social media through hyperbole, but it feels like it falls flat, and that it's pandering to an audience or trying to encourage the belief that fame and social status is more important than ability or substance, which is a really dangerous attitude to have, and one of the worst trends on the social media rampage we found ourselves in. I've heard stories of Instagram and YouTube stars critically injuring themselves or even dying purely in an attempt to grab headlines. One girl shot the father of her own unborn child in a stupid YouTube stunt gone wrong purely out of an idiotic attempt to grab headlines. At the same time, there are many elements of this game that I like and enjoy. The giant selection of vehicles and a variety of racing means that you should never really be bored, and the upgrades you can find and unlock add further appeal and extend the use of any vehicle you do end up unlocking and buying. The scenery itself and visuals in this game are stunning, and you get some phenomenally picturesque racing anytime near dawn or dusk, and even night racing is really quite compelling. But the part of me that dislikes the game is probably the part of me that remembers what school was like, and the idea that professional achievement is so reliant on popularity being paramount to success is a bitter pill to swallow, and something that I reject as someone who believes in the idea of a meritocracy instead of a petty popularity contest. For me, the game represents a race to the bottom regarding social ideals and values, and for that reason, I'm out.